Hello, everybody. Hello, am I live? Are we here? We just found out Hangman Page is teaming with the Dark Order on Friday. Big time stuff. I'm very excited. I'm very, very excited. Hold on here. Now. Can you still hear me? Am I still here? I had to switch things with my I had to switch things with my this is great. I had to switch things with my audio. Can you still hear me? Am I talking to no one? Did I mute myself? So, we now know that we're getting Punk versus Moxley again. This is great. I'm so excited. Now the question is, and I put this question to the chat: do we think that that it's, I don't want to say the wrong way to get to that match? Should we have just I don't know, should we have just gotten Punk versus Mox with both belts on the line instead of doing last week the squash? Should we have just done that? Or is this better? The promo by Mox, which I thought he fucking murdered with a hatchet live on national television in front of his wife and kids. Like, he murdered everybody. And then we get Punk doing a sob story about his foot, faking out how maybe he can never do this again kind of crap. Listen. This only to me makes sense if somehow this is being used to lead to an incredible Punk heel turn. If it's just a match and Punk gets to be the hero in front of his hometown crowd, I feel like it's not worth it to me. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. It looks like they wanted to add some extra layers of intrigue. But man, Punk did a good job of trying to engender sympathy, but Mox is the guy going into this show, man. Mox is so, he's on a different level right now with the way he completely he just I don't know, he exudes so much. His character, the way he just sells me on him. Just, I want to see him fight. And yeah, Ace Steel. How about Ace Steel coming out and making a big deal out of everything? The whole open contract deal, I feel like was an interesting idea because technically, I suppose anybody could have signed that contract. So it is kind of weird that nobody else signed it. Nobody else ran out to get a title match, but honestly, get pumped. I think that the rematch is going to work. I do, but for me, it's only if Punk turns heel by blatantly cheating. But I don't know how that's possible in Chicago. I really don't. They're gonna have to do a lot in that match to tell that story. But yeah. Yeah, no, Zach, I remember him beelining to the ring as soon as Mock left. I would think he would have to, like, fight off a dozen other superstars. Wow, that's awful. How horrible of me that I've been watching too much WWE for so many years that I say superstars instead of wrestlers. There should be a dozen other wrestlers trying to murder Ace Steel on their way to the ring. Hey, Matt. Hey, Martin. Hey, M. Casp. Miro's promo was amazing. Get those goth guys away from my Miro. Darby's promo sounded like he was underwater. Like it sounded like he didn't even want to be there. Because Miro is so forceful with everything. Just like Miro's like, my God, you 6 hands with 3 devils. I will kill you where you stand, my God. And then here comes Darby like, Malachi Black, I noticed that you're maybe a little jealous of Brody King. What's up with that, Malachi Black? Doesn't work, man. Doesn't work. Yeah, I figured Triple H might have tried to get on hands on Morrissey. If the plan, for some reason, isn't to put Stokely Hathaway with Will Hobbs, if that's not the plan, then yeah, that's a big dude for him to be. Like, listen, if the Stokely Hathaway family is Ethan Page as the main eventer, Morrissey is the muscle, Lee Moriarty as the technician, and the jobber tag team who takes all the pinfalls, that's honestly a pretty decent little group, you know? No, I don't get to take shots at Sting. I mean, the fact that Sting and Darby have to come together as a package makes me like Sting less. But how can you not live? How can you not love Sting? How can you not love Sting? Oh no, I want Buddy on. But Buddy the pay-per-view is great. But yeah, Willow got an AEW shirt. It's about time. Let's get the graphic. Come on. Let's get the graphic. Is better looking, does more charity work than Will Ospreay. Oi, bruv, oi, bruv. What you doing, bruv? That's my Will Ospreay. It's pretty good. Did they announce Garcia versus Yuta in Buffalo? That's disappointing. I was hoping we were gonna get Garcia versus Jericho in Buffalo next week. But maybe that's more of a full gear match they're going to build to. Will Ospreay's not kicking out of the one-winged angel. Come on. If they're ever going to do that spot, they're going to save it for a one-on-one match. Well, the ROH Pure title being on the line is great. I'm very, I mean, the thing of it is after all the developments tonight, I think it's a very easy thing to predict what happens at All Out with Danielson versus Jericho. Jericho blatantly cheats and tries to beat down Danielson after the match, and Garcia stops it, and they come to blows. And I thought that leads to Garcia versus Jericho in Buffalo, Garcia's hometown, on the following Dynamite. That's what I thought they were going to do. But Beer title on national TV is really great. This is some good stuff, man. That stuff the promo Omega cut on Ospreay last week after Dynamite was just, he had all of that shit in the chamber, man. He had been waiting to bring all that out. Some good stuff here. Some very good stuff. Like, it's for the ROH Pure title, and afterwards, Yuta and Garcia will shake hands. Garcia won't want to do it, but he'll do it. And that might be the BCC trying to bring Garcia into the fold. And Jericho will be pissed about it. Like, you're not allowed to leave Yas. You're not allowed to leave the Jericho Appreciation Society unless Jericho says. And then they'll have their match for that reason. Garcia might win the title in Buffalo. He might. I mean, like there might be a way to do that where even in defeat, Yuta is able to extend the hand because he's the bigger man, because he's got the Ring of Honor thing, man. Ospreay is he's crazy talented, always has been. It's just whether or not he's a piece of trash human being, but then again, so many wrestlers are. He's I'll never complain about anything he does in the ring. He's amazing in the ring. So yeah, so we get the announcement. Hangman Page is wrestling for the Dark Order on Friday. Oh yeah, that'll be a one-on-one for a while. We still got a lot of time left in this match. I love Hangman. I love that dude. He's a real one. You can tell, like he's got such an amazing career left. And I think that it's a really it's everything I predicted. Like Hangman deciding I'm not going to be a part of Dark Order's trios team, but injuries forcing him to, so he has to in the finals team with his two real friends, including Alex Reynolds, who for a while fucking hated Hangman's guts. So that's interesting. But Hangman's got a team with his two real friends against his two fake friends, the Young Bucks, and against Kenny Omega, who's his former tag team title, partner, and the guy that they had that amazing, feud for the AEW title. It's all the ingredients are there for an amazing emotional trios title match. It's going to be really great. Tim Beatty, yeah, you got to think Jericho. It's either Jericho or among wrestling fans, I would argue that Daniel Bryan is as big as Chris Jericho because of how many people who watched wrestling loved Daniel Bryan 8 years ago or whatever it is. So, no, Tyrus, let's hope is not the Joker. Let's hope Tyrus is not the Joker. Let's all. What can you demanifest something? Let's demanifest that. I thought of that, Ian Hunter. Ian Hunter says, ladder match is all tag teams, and then Dante. Do you think a returning Darius could be the Joker? I thought that, but I mean, people wanting it to be MJF or whatever, that puts a really... I would almost want Darius to just be in the match. Because I think people will be excited about that. If you say, here's a Joker, and the Joker is Darius Martin, I don't want him to get a bad reaction because people were expecting it to be MJF. I don't think MJF is the Joker, but I think a lot of people do think MJF is the Joker, and because of that, I don't want people's disappointment in something that they worked themselves into a shoot over to hurt the prospects of whoever is the Joker. You might be right, Adam Ulrich. I'm not sure. Good to see everybody here. Hey, if you're watching this live, please drop a like on the video, and if you're watching it on replay, please drop a like on this video. It would help me out a great deal. Trying to get my watch hours up and fool the algorithm into maybe getting some new people to subscribe. If you haven't subscribed and you're in the chat, please subscribe to the channel. It would make me very happy. Lance Archer might be interesting. I think it's interesting that it might be Lance Archer. That is a ladder match that could definitely use a big bruiser type to like throw ladders at people. So it'd be good. Yeah, the Jungle Boy and Christian stuff was actually pretty great. I'll talk all about that, me and Sean, after this. It's not gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be Johnny Elite. I don't think gonna be Johnny Elite. I really don't think. Samoa Joe is a good idea. It might be nice to see him back. I worry about Samoa Joe in matches like a ladder match, though. I don't want him to actually get hurt. You know, like I like the idea of what a great move. I love the idea of Samoa Joe being back on TV more and stuff like that, but I just don't want to see him get hurt. I love that guy too much. I think as I said, like if you're gonna have the Stokely 5 is Ethan Page as the main eventer, which I think he is. Lee Moriarty as the technical guy, and maybe a little bit of flavor, you know. Maybe he's the wild card. You got Morrissey as the big guy, the bruiser, and then you got the Jobber tag team, the Ass Boys, to take all the pinfalls in the multi-man matches. It's a good group. Get pumped, I think possibly no for any of those. Yeah, Joe was away. He was filming a movie. He was filming the movie based on the Twisted Metal video game. He's playing Sweet Tooth in Twisted Metal. I also think he's also doing more voiceover work for the Suicide Squad video game, where he's playing King Shark. So that should be interesting. Sean, I think if Punk, I think Moxley loses because Punk cheats. Yeah, Don Callis, Ospreay is absolutely joining forces with Don Callis. Don Callis is going to cheat. He's going to turn on Omega and align himself with Will Ospreay. That's happening. Kenny's getting better and better. That's the story. The story is Kenny Omega is knocking more and more of that ring rust off, and in a month he'll be back to being absolutely old Kenny again. They did a really good job tonight in planting the seeds for that. I thought it was good. It wasn't too obvious, but if you pay attention to wrestling, you know that's what's coming. And I don't mind that at all. I think that's good stuff. Oh, Ed, Kenny, you don't have to take these bumps right now, man. Ow. Sean, I'm honestly at 50-50 with MJF if he's in a WWE or here. As somebody said earlier this week, marked 90 days. 90 days exactly since the promo he cut on Dynamite. So, if he was suspended for 90 days for that stunt he pulled at Double or Nothing, like we're gonna re-sign you to a great deal, but you're getting suspended because you can't pull that shit. You walked out on a scheduled meet and greet. You threatened to leave the thing. Like, we believe you are the future of not only this company but this business. We're gonna re-sign you, but you're getting suspended for 90 days. I mean, if that's a thing, maybe. I love that he's wearing the Diamond Dallas Page rib tape. My stream that I'm watching is being temperamental, so I think I'm gonna probably have to fast forward and catch up to wherever you guys are. There's still 7-8 minutes left. We're taking our final break here. All right, picture in picture. I'm skipping ahead. So, Hangman joining the Dark Order kind of seals it, if it wasn't already, that Kenny and the Bucks are winning this match. But I'm really interested to see what the creation suite is, the creator wrestler, how that works in AEW Fight Forever, because there's a lot of really fun stuff we could do with people, you know. My stream just keeps buffering and buffering and buffering. Attempting to resume. Thanks a lot, Xfinity. All right, so I go back ahead. I'm now at 1:52:12 is where I'm at. Attempting to resume. Attempting to resume. I think FTR will be the anchor of a DLC pack. I really do. And I think Dark Order. I think Hangman and the Dark Order should win. I think that too. I think Hangman and Kenny, like, trying to, you know, to get it together. I think it's good for them. I can't seem to get back to a live feed. It keeps knocking me back to where I was, so I might have to, like, reload my stream entirely. Thanks again, Xfinity. Yep. Alright, gotta redo this. Alright, eventually we'll figure this out, Xfinity, won't we? I pay you enough money. Honestly don't know about the Kip Sabian and Penelope Ford getting back. I really don't know. Yeah, Nick Jackson is amazing. I feel like I'm missing some really great Nick Jackson content as I wait for this thing to finally reload. How are we doing? Are we resuming? We're not resuming. I can't. So guys, I'm now 4 minutes behind and I can't catch up. This is not that does not make me happy. I'm not able to. They're just it's so slow to try and resume where I was. So yeah, I'm like 3.5 minutes behind, and it will not let me catch up. So I'm at 1:52:07, and I cannot manually fast forward. They will not let me fast forward. I will not. They're not allowing me to do any of that. So hold on. Let me go to live TV, and I'll just go there. And hopefully that'll work, because the DVR thing that I had at where I was able to rewind, it wasn't working. So no, live TV. There we go. This is intolerable. I gotta call Xfinity, because I'm not paying them this much money to not be able to watch the show. Why am I all the way back? Just put me at the right time. Here we go, finally. All right. I'm back live again. Jesus Christ. Okay. Ospreay going for a Meltzer driver. Oh. Ouch. That was too close. That was too close. That was a shooting star headbutt to the junk into a Meltzer driver. A bit much. Sports and things. Yeah, I'm about ready to challenge Xfinity to a friggin' cage match. Omega comes in with a knee strike. I missed so much of this match. Been waiting all week for it. I missed so much of it. All right, let's just. Yeah, all right, we're here. I keep buffering. It's just the worst. My internet is great everywhere else. I'm able to stream. I'm able to watch anything else except for Xfinity on Xfinity's internet. What are we doing? Kenny Omega looking like he's do the V trigger. Oh no, the flying knee from Ospreay. Oh, I like that. Man, this is good. Ospreay's so good. He really is. Oh, here we go. Now the tombstone. See, this is good. Hey, at least in AEW, they know who the legal person is. Tim Beatty, never count Aaliyah out. Aaliyah could always win any match. I think Garcia might beat Willer Yuta next week. Sean Garner, they might actually do it. So Omega wins. We knew he would, but this is perfect. Emily, I still think that whether they're doing it where it's going to be Hangman caught between his two groups of friends is the best story, but this is absolutely the best match of the tournament. I won't disagree with you there. Hey, LaShawn. Thanks for showing up. Appreciate it. I mean, I think AEW and New Japan have established that they have a good enough working resume that you might see an extended Will Ospreay run in AEW, but I don't think he'll stay permanently, you know? Well, Emily, that's your opinion, you know, I totally get you. I think Hangman's story is the story of AEW. I think that there will always be at least a secondary story going on in AEW that is Hangman's journey toward redemption and then falling away from that and then trying to build back up to it. That'll always be a thing that they do in AEW. Is kind of like this heart and soul through line of the company, which I like, but I understand if that's if people think it's, you know, too much or too arty or whatever. Maybe Will Ospreay should have picked a different tag team to join up with. I don't know. I think Christopher Strikeleather says Kenny versus Will Omega. What's right? Kenny Omega versus Will Ospreay at Arthur Ashe. I think they do that. Also, I think you're going to see a very heavy presence from AEW at Wrestle Kingdom. I think that's going to be really excellent. All right, guys, that's the end of the show. And that's the end of this show. Go over to Fightful.com where you'll see me and Sean Ross Sapp talk about this show at length. Come over and hang out. Also, on Friday, I'll be doing a live watch-along of Rampage on this channel. And then I'm going to be on the big YouTube channel, me and Kate, talking about SmackDown, the Go Home for the Clash'll, and the Go Home Rampage for All Out. Then Kate and I are going to review the Clash'll on Fightful Select, and we're going to review NXT Worlds Collide on Sunday sometime, I don't know when, and then we're going to review All Out on Fightful Select as well. It's going to be crazy, so please come back and watch all of that. It should be a lot of fun. Thank you all for being here. And what do I say at the end of every time? I always say,